About moving to Canada is I feel so alone. And I feel like I live with someone I can't have a conversation with, and I'm trying to cry and I even have to be silent about it, 'cause you just lose out on so many things. Your life, you just leave it behind. Your friends, and I'm so hurt and my heart hurts. You have to work all the time. I have school. I'm so sad. I'm hurting so much. I don't have any friends.
Let me tell you guys, I feel like I feel like as we tell you guys about opportunities abroad, it's also very important for us to tell you about some of the struggles with studying abroad. And I find it necessary for me to actually talk about this. Seeing this video online actually really did break my heart, because the truth is, it's not only Sylvia that is actually going through this. There are so many students abroad that are going through this, and I can just imagine the courage that it took her to be able to put this video online. Like, the struggle is real, the loneliness out here is real, and the things that Sylvia mentioned were actually absolutely correct. Like, she was talking about the fact that she's kind of like living in a space where it feels like she's living with strangers. The kind of life we are used to in Africa is not the life here. Like, living abroad comes with its highs and lows, and I feel like that is something that is so important that you guys need to know. So many of you have been able to like successfully enter into Italy, and you've sent me all of those texts, those amazing messages, and I'm so excited for you guys. But I also feel like it's very important for me to make this, like, for me to create this awareness for you guys to know about it, so that you don't get like so surprised when it hits you. Because I believe like, just like Sylvia's situation, the thing is, it has hit her because probably she never knew that is how the situation will actually be out here. So in as much as it's great, studying abroad comes with opportunities and all of that, I want to let you guys know that it also comes with its own lows. Like, you're going to be lonely, it's going to be difficult like for you to kind of like make friends, it's going to take time for you to adjust. And I want to tell you, as sincerely as it is, I remember moving here 4 years ago and getting depressed, and it felt like the cycle will never end. And I'm telling you guys, like, until you decide to take this step to kind of like relate with people, find yourself in a community, this whole feeling will actually never go away. And I think one of the things to help you adapt is for you to get to know that, okay, the life here is different. For you to accept that, for you to accept that the life out here is different from the life we're used to. And for you to also be acceptable of the fact that you have to leave behind the life that you know back at home, and be able to get accustomed with the way of life here. I believe these are the things that will kind of like help you to be able to to be able to get well settled into the system, and to start making new friends, to start the new life that you have out here. Because like, it's going to come. Each and every one of us abroad have entered into this season. It's either going to be a season or seasons, depending on how quick you kind of like accept the reality. You're going to find yourself getting lonely in between times, because it's actually really lonely out here. And it's particularly very difficult for some of you that are just out here on your own, and you're facing this entire life just by yourself. You're doing this whole adulthood by yourself. You have to study, you have to work, you have to pay your bills, every single thing. Like, it's much more difficult for you guys. So just like Sylvia, like, so many of you are going to like go through this season. You're going to face this season, And some of the tools I want you guys to have with you is to be able to accept there is to be able to accept your new phase, and then for you to be able to kind of like find a way around it, get to know people, and find a community. There are Ghanaian communities here, there are Nigerian communities here, there are Kenyan communities here, there are communities everywhere. And then even if you find yourself in a space, because I was speaking to someone yesterday and she was like, oh, I came out here and I couldn't find like a community related to my country. And I was like, yeah, but you can find an African community. And that's actually true. Even if you don't find specifically like a Nigerian community in the region where you find yourself, you will always find an African community. Either Ghanaian community, Nigerian community, Kenyan community. As long as you're from Africa, you can easily integrate in that like community as compared to like, you know, out there. And then get out of your own way. Like get to meet people outside of this community. Also get to work on seeing things the way it is, like getting accustomed with the way of life out here. And it's like you are just never ever going to get to that point where you're like, oh my god, I no longer feel lonely out here. There are going to be seasons, like there are going to be times you feel lonely, but then it's just never going to be like as it was before. It's just never going to be as intense as it is like when you move out here. Yeah, so that is what I really wanted to share with you guys. Just like what Sylvia shared online, so many international students are actually struggling abroad. Like they are hit with the loneliness, they are hit with the depression, and they're like, oh my god, why is it that nobody actually spoke to me about this? And then a friend of mine was actually telling me, when you tell people that it's lonely out here, they actually do not believe it. And then it's actually true. People don't believe it because they see the highlight reels of people's lives on social media. On Instagram, on Facebook, people are posting nice, beautiful pictures of amazing places. So it almost feels unreal. It almost feels not true that the life out here is lonely. Okay, so just like my friend was saying, it's actually true. But then you need to know. Okay, so that is what I wanted to share in this video. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.